Hey everyone, welcome back to Torghast and our good friend here, the Rune Carver. Since the last part, I really haven't done that much in terms of actual stuff. You can see pretty much the only thing I have quest-wise is Reach Renown 8. Like I said, this is just like, alright, now go out and do some other stuff like World Quest, get anima, resources, and if you want to do rep and gearing. Of course, working on getting gear, which I have actually been able to do a little decently, as I've been able to actually get up to 161 at the moment. I've been doing some heroics here and there, and I was able to get some 171s to drop, including this nice trinket from Plaguefall. But the reason we're here is because, well, I spent a lot of my gold. I've also been working on my blacksmithing, and I've gotten it maxed out to 100. So now, if I wanted, I can make my own Shadowghast pieces here. I've been getting various different pieces. Yes, mainly from the auction house. And I've been collecting some other pieces here. Some of those Shadowghast pieces. I still have those missives. But the other big thing is that just before I did this, I did a heroic run of Necrotic Wake, and Biting Cold dropped. So I now have 3 at the moment. I'll get a 4th when I do the layer 3 of the what's it called here? Mordregar. Because when I do layer 3, another one's supposed to drop there. So it's supposed to be this one right here, which is for the blood spec, which helps out with Death Strike. So I have one for each spec that I could make. The thing is that it seems like that right now we can only equip one legendary, and I heard that there are plans for Blizzard to make it where we can actually be able to equip more later on as the expansion continues, which I think makes sense. With all these different kinds of legendary powers, being limited to only one for the entire expansion seems kind of crazy. I mean, even in Legion, we were able to equip at least 3, I think. So I'm expecting, especially with all these different powers and all these different Shadowghast pieces that you can acquire, because if you see here, there's like all these different pieces, and that doesn't even count or include possible weapons that you could be able to possibly make, though I don't think any of these say that you can actually be able to put it on an actual weapon. It's just actual, like, armor pieces. So there's so many here that I find it very, I don't know. I think the idea that we're only going to be able to like equip like 1 or 2 for the entire expansion seems a little odd. So I've decided I am going to make my first legendary here in Shadowlands, and I know this will probably be a short part, but I wanted to share this moment. I don't know, there's just something about this that it feels like this is a moment I want to share with somebody. I don't have, people I can hop on and really kind of share this with, not really. Besides, I like to get some of these moments like on camera to kind of like archive it, to kind of immortalize it, so to speak. Unless YouTube takes this down for some reason, or unless this gets taken down off of YouTube for some reason. So,
this place holds countless legends.
So, I'm going to go with a helm, mainly because if you see here, the biggest upgrade, as apart from the 210, I'll have to wait on that one, is this helm piece, because I have a 148 right now on my helm, so a 190 helm would certainly help out. It's a plus 42 item level on the headpiece. So, then, because I've been playing Frost so much, I'm going to go with being able to buff Remorseless Winter. Plus, I believe there's a conduit I just got that will actually allow me... Yeah, where Remorseless Winter deals more damage to enemies it hits, stacking up 10 times. So stacking this with this power, Remorseless Winter should do a lot of damage for me. So, now I can add secondaries. Of course, as Frost, I'm going to add Haste. And I'm going to add Critical Strike. I'm wondering if Mastery might be better, but Critical Strike is usually such a important secondary stat for Death Knights. I just thought the idea of getting more critical hits would be really nice. So it actually only costs 1,250. I've got 1,335, as you can see. Obviously, after do this, I'll have to definitely do more runs of Torghast to work on getting these soul ashes. So, here we go. Are you sure you want to craft this legendary? Yes. Legendary Accord. Craft a legendary piece of equipment with the Rune Carver. Appearance-wise, ooh, I take it back. I was about to say, it may not look that amazing. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh. Wait. I feel like I'm missing a piece here. Or that it's showing me the wrong set. No. Well, hold on. This is a transmoggable piece, right? No? I'm not seeing it. Maybe not. That'd be a shame if this is not something I can actually be able to transmog. Nope, doesn't look like it. So, now, we can be able to actually look at the upgrade my legendary item screen.
Together.
You do not have a base item that is a higher item level than your legendary. So, that's where it's like, okay, I could be able to actually, like, if I am able to get my hands on a higher Shadowghast helm piece that's like a 210, I guess I could be able to actually pick this, though I'm not sure what the cost would actually be. So, that jumped me up to 164.
Horrors beyond imagining.
So right now, I would say my weakest piece would be my rings here. You know, it's obviously a work in progress. There are some rings that can drop in the dungeons. And there are still powers that I do need to farm from the dungeons. I need to do the Halls of Atonement to get this. So really, the only 3 dungeons I would need to farm to get legendaries are Halls of Atonement, Plaguefall for this, and Theater of Pain for this, which is what another one that I really want, because I think that's really, really good, and I think that could actually go into this one right here, this Arm Guards piece. Because if I want to actually make this, you can see the only ones that work with this are this one, that one, yeah, and Death's Embrace, the Magic Shell one. This is like one of the only ones there. And I do have the 2 remaining missives for it. Obviously, what I'm going to really need, though, are more Soul Ash.
Do not
so, yeah.
lose yourself to despair.
But I wanted to share that moment with you guys. I just made my first legendary. And you know what? For Death Knights, this helm is not that bad. Now, don't get me wrong. I adore this helm right here. I absolutely adore this helm. And you know why? Because it's one of the best, like, similar-looking Lich King helms that I have ever seen in this game. It's one of the absolute best I've ever seen. Now, this does not really match what I currently got, because I've mainly been rocking the set, because I love the set. But I don't know. Considering this, I may have to consider coming up with a whole new separate transmog from other various pieces I have, and perhaps, you know, doing one of those things on the transmog thing where I, have that labeled as. I'm gonna have to do some fashion, setting up. Like, all right, this shoulders need to go with this helm, and so does this piece, and this piece needs to go with this. Yeah, gotta do some accessorizing on my transmog, because it seems as it looks like I am now gonna have to switch to a different helm and a whole different transmog for my character, for my Death Knight. But fortunately, I have a plethora of choices to choose from, because, as you guys probably noticed, I have collected a lot of the Death Knight sets, because I love them. I really do. I'm not even done. Like, there are still some I'm still trying to actively, finish and collect and farm. Obviously I want to finish this, even though this is not necessarily a Death Knight set, it's a Necrolord set. This was an set. This was also A lot of the BFA sets were kind of I want to finish this set right here, but that's a world drop. This set, one of the pieces drops from Kill Jaden, so it's going to be a while before I finish that. This is just kind of okay. I mean, it's also kind of gross, but whatever. This one I just haven't taken the time to finish. By the way, that actually used to be a bug right here, where these boots weren't showing. And it looks like they fixed it. I just haven't taken the time to have this character actually go farm Heroic 25 Dragon Soul for the mounts there, and basically finish off this set. It's eventually going to happen, because these, all these pieces will no doubt drop from the bosses if I'm just constantly farming that raid for the mounts. So I'll have to wait and see on that. And yeah, apart from the upcoming Castle Nathria raid, there's really not that much else in terms of other sets I haven't finished. So yeah, that's a pretty cool little cutscene to give an idea of what he's able to do with just one hand when it comes to crafting your legendary. By the way, where does that chain stop? That chain just keeps on going up. We can see this chain is here, but where does that one go? Also, is this like is there any more to this area around it? Not really. This is pretty isolated. Now, this actually makes sense because there's a theory about the Rune Carver that I think is actually really good. Now, it's interesting, though, if you hear the voice that he has, it somewhat doesn't match the voice we heard in Maldraxxus. The dominant theory, or maybe not the dominant, but one of the biggest theories I've been hearing is that this man right here, the Rune Carver, this is the Primus. This is why the Primus has disappeared from Maldraxxus, because he's been imprisoned here and has had who knows what done to him, which has caused him to lose his memory. This is probably why, when we found the warning by the Primus, Sylvanas and the jailer knew about it, and they were just hoping to prevent us from finding it. I think this theory makes a lot of sense right now. He looks kind of similar, and it just, like, storyline-wise, it probably does make a lot of sense. That this is what happened to him. This is what the jailer and Sylvanas did to the Primus, who was also a rune carver, because we found the rune blade that we used to find the seed of the Primus. And the idea is that they have been saying that this mysterious rune carver is the being who helped create some of the more powerful weapons and such that we have seen. This is the one who actually formed Frostmourne. This is the guy who also made the Helm of Domination. So if he's capable of making Frostmourne and that rune blade from Maldraxxus, I mean, it just kind of goes hand in hand, doesn't it? So I thought I'd share that with you. That's one of the big theories here. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off. I just wanted to share that moment with you guys. I just kind of thought that was a cool moment. Was it perhaps the smartest decision? Who knows? Maybe not. Was spending all the gold that I did the smart thing to do? Probably not. I know some people are not going to want to hear this, but what I'm probably going to have to do, especially, is, people will talk about farming gold within the game. The thing is, well, I don't really have the time to do that. However, partly because I'm devoting so much time to my job. Earlier today I worked a 9-hour shift, and I'm getting pretty nice pay. So because of that, I'm more than likely going to be taking a little, portion out of my paycheck to put it towards a token to sell it on the auction house to get gold in return. You know, I may not be able to farm gold like other people can, but I am getting, you know, a decent amount of money from my job to where I can take a little bit out of it towards this. Is it the best or smartest thing to do? Probably not. But circumstances, you know, especially in real life, kind of affect and determine some things that we, you know, do. So, anyways. I just noticed there's someone here named Copy Roaded. That's funny. Anyways, I like how people are coming here and they're actually getting the achievement of turning in those memories so that they can be able to start this up. Glad to see that. So, my first legendary. I'll see you guys later. Stay tuned.